Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm doing a quick review today. So, exciting drugstore product. I picked up the NYX Thick It, Stick It Thickening Brow Mascara after seeing it all over TikTok. I could not find my shade in store at Target. It was sold out of everything besides Auburn. So I picked it up on Amazon, which is usually the best place for pricing anyways, but I think it's about $11 no matter where you order it from. So let's get into the review. Okay, I'm gonna read from the Target website like the claims and what they say this product is. So it says new vegan formula brow gel in 8 high impact shades to tint, tame, and thicken all brow types with a natural finish that lasts 16 hours. Ultra buildable tinted plant origin fibers take brows to the next level with each layer. Upgrade your brows from thick to thicker to thickest. One and done brow gel that instantly styles and thickens with mess resistant, easy to use, precise application. So the appeal to me with this product is that it is marketed as a one and done product. So if you watch our videos, you know I do have pretty thick eyebrows. Like, I'm happy with them overall, but I do have some sparse areas like here and there, and they definitely don't match. Like, this brow has more hairs than this one, and so lately I really have been using like a pencil and then a clear brow gel, so just to make them look more full and like completed. But I don't want to do that every day. Like, I feel like the rest of my face I can put more time into, but for some reason, like, adding extra time to my brow routine, I just really don't like that. So I loved the idea of this, and basically it really does have a lot of tint and a lot of fiber. So that is also true to what they're saying. You open it and you can see, and I can insert a close-up of this, but you can see all the fibers in there, probably more than any brow product I've ever tried. Like, there is a lot of fibers in here, but they are really tiny, and they're not like huge that you like, I don't know. I think sometimes fibers are like a marketing ploy, and they think that consumers really want fibers in their brows to like make them look fuller, but it always doesn't work, and sometimes it does the opposite and looks like much worse. And these actually are like really natural looking, and I do think they help to add thickness, and they're not overdone. So really good job on the fiber content here. The thing about this product is that the hold is like actually pretty incredible. I think the pigment level is really similar to the Cosmetics brow creams, if you've ever tried those, which I've always loved that product, and I love the pigment level in that. But that doesn't really have like a hold. It's more of just like adding color to your brows, like a tint, and it holds them somewhat. But this is like almost like, yeah, like a tinted brow cream, like that product multiplied by like a brow freeze or something that's really going to hold your brows up, and then it also has the fibers. So I love that it has like all these different properties, and it actually does what it's saying. Now I'll insert me applying it so you can see my technique and how I like to put it in my brows. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I use this NYX brow gel, which I love. So first I just use a spoolie I have and brush my brows up. I find it easier so you can see all the hairs before going in with the product, because it is pretty pigmented. Okay, and then this brush has a lot of product on it, if you can see. So I usually take some off, and I have the shade Taupe, and I just take some off in the neck of the bottle, which I guess is kind of like wasteful, but I just feel like it's a little too much even for my brows. Okay, this is what it looks like when I'm done. And then I usually start at the like middle of my brow, and I just barely press down, because this will give you like extreme hold, but also pigment. So I just apply really light pressure, and I start to move towards the front of my brow. It's a little hard to do in the camera. It's easier in a mirror. And then when I get towards the front, again, just like really light pressure, and continuing to comb through the back where I'm like missing the most hair, so I want more of the pigment focused there. But then on the front, I like, you know, I want my brows to like stay up, so I just keep going back. And that's what it looks like. Now the other one, I usually still have like a little bit left on here by the time I'm done. So I'll just go in with like one quick layer. Actually, I think this time I used a lot on this brow, so I need to go back in. So same thing, go in and then take a lot off. I really do like this brush though. It's perfect for my brows. If you have less hairs, I do think it could be a little too big. But I just wish that there was less product on the brow. That's my only complaint. So same thing on this side. This is my better brow. There's more hairs. But I am still missing like some on the ends. So that's why I really try to focus it there. And I usually try to do this in the front to make it look more natural, like coming out. I feel like I didn't do the best job on this brow because it's hard to do in this camera, but this is how they're looking. And then I can take like my spoolie. If there's some that gets like underneath that needs to be cleaned up, I just sort of like go in with the spoolie. This is what they look like. So hopefully you could see in that clip that it was pretty easy to use. I mean, definitely some days I get it outside my brow hairs and I just go in with a Q-tip and take it off, and it's pretty simple. It does dry down, but it isn't like hard to get off with like a Q-tip or even like using my spoolie to kind of like break up the pigment. But it does set my brows in place all day. Like I obviously have it on now, and I just find that my brow hairs stay up all day. It feels like you can feel it a little bit on your brows, but it's not like super crispy. Like I've definitely used brow gels that have felt much heavier on the brows than this. And it really does provide pigment. I think that I love the brush, but I do think that people with not as many brow hairs would think that this brush is a little too big and like difficult to be precise with. But for me, it's perfect. But I did want to call that out because I know that if you don't have a lot of brow hairs, it can be like super intimidating to use a brush this size with something so pigmented. But I really love this product. I'm so pleasantly surprised. I have the shade Taupe. And it's great that there's 8 shades, and Taupe is like the #1 shade listed, and typically that's like the lightest. But from all the swatches, which NYX did a pretty good job putting swatches online, like on every retailer website, I felt like Taupe was like a good depth of color for me without being too dark, and I was right. So I'm really happy I went with Taupe. I will say that because this product is pretty pigmented, I definitely wouldn't get something that's darker than your brows. Like try to find something that's your brow color or even a little lighter, because I think this could start to look really heavy and dark quickly if you get something that's too dark for you. But I seriously give this like a 9 out of 10. I really like this product. I've been using it every day when I just want to go into like our office and put a little blush on and some brows and have my brows feel like put together, and I'm really happy I found a product like that. It's really replaced like a lot of things in my brow collection, so really happy with this. And at $11, I feel like it's very affordable because I do think this will last me quite a while. It's 7 ml, so it's definitely not tiny. It's a great product.